What's up, everyone? My name is Paul Thompson. I am so glad that you are here today. Today we're going to be talking about HELOCs, which are home equity line of credits. And it is just another avenue that you can use to help start your real estate portfolio, to help start with other investments, be able to consolidate debt, and just be able to do so many more things that you might have not known you had access to. Now, I'm going to be going over when is kind of the best time to use it, when not to use it, how to get them, and maybe if this is something for you, what you should do. So as I said before, a home equity line of credit is also called a HELOC. It's taking the equity that you have in your home, taking it out and being able to use it to invest in other things. And basically how you're going to do that is you're going to go to a bank and you're going to say, hey, this is what I have. I have $200,000 of equity built in my home right now. I'm still making payments on it, but they're going to say, okay, we're going to bring out an appraiser. We're going to value your home, make sure it's still a value, and then we're going to be able to just take a small upfront fee, and they're going to say, hey, here's a checkbook for $200,000 and use it as you can. And how the interest rates are going to work, it's going to be a prime plus 2, a prime plus 1. It depends on the bank that you use, but it's going to be a prime plus something normally. And you're only going to pay that interest only loan when you use that money. So if you don't use it, you're not going to be paying anything, which is always nice. But when you do say use $100,000 and it's prime plus 2, you're going to be paying that interest only until you pay it back in full and you're back to paying nothing. Now, sometimes they make these HELOCs available to you for maybe 5 or maybe 10 years, anything in between. It kind of just depends on the bank as well. But really what you can do is you gotta have to have a plan with these HELOCs. It is not going to be something that you have for a long time that you're having these money in, because what you're running the risk of is that rate is not just staying the same. It's going to be able to be fluctuated. And when the rates go up, that income stream that you have is going to dwindle because of the payment that you're going to make on that money is higher. So if you have a property that coming out, that's an amazing deal, that you're buying an investment property for $165,000 and you have that $200,000 available, then you're like, okay, I can use this. The rates are good. What I'm going to do is I don't have that cash right now, but I'm going to buy it using my HELOC, and then I'm going to refi out of it later. And if that's what you can do and you can do it quickly, perfect, great option. But what you can't do is sometimes if it's a longer thing where you can, but it would be much harder if you say, hey, I'm going to buy this property, I'm not going to be able to refi, rates are still high, and then you're running that risk of the prime plus 2 on really high rates, and now your income stream is gone. So it's really good to have a plan. Another way you can do it is be able to pay off your debts in multiple different areas and have that debt formed into one entity. So you're only paying back the HELOC instead of 4 different credit card companies and the car company. And so you'll be able to consolidate that debt into one place and be able to, sometimes it's just better to see paying one thing instead of paying 5 things. But another thing that people do to kind of help start their portfolio is a cash out refi. And that's kind of where you have to differ whether you want to use your HELOC or your cash out refinance. Because when rates drop, you're going to have that ability to, maybe have the same payment, but you're going to take that kind of equity that you built up and be able to get it back. So maybe, you have $200,000 worth of equity, but rates drop, and you're going to be able to have this investment that you kind of need that money there for a long time, and it's going to be consistent. Then that cash out refi might be your better option, because that way you're not having to run the risk of paying back that HELOC for a long time, but that money is going to be there. So cash out refis can be good, but they still might be a little bit more expensive up front, but you don't have to worry about paying back as long as you have that money in a spot where you want it to be, where you can get a return on your investment. HELOCs can be great for a flip house, to when you buy a house that's a little bit run down. You're not going to keep it for an investment opportunity of a rental, and because the rental rates don't look good, but you got a great deal on this house, and you're going to be able to use that HELOC for the repairs, for everything. And when the time comes, you're going to sell that house and you're going to pay back that HELOC. So now it's like none of it ever happened, and you get to keep that extra profit that you made from the sale. So now all you did at the end of the day was use that equity that you built in your home to make you more money, and now you can look for the next deal and you have more cash to use it for the next time. So HELOCs can be a great advantage when you're trying to find a way to get in this real estate market that can be really tricky and tough. And when you're trying to save a dollar, sometimes it's really hard. But you know you have this equity that you can use for your benefit if you have a plan and use it wisely, because I would not tell you just to go use it to go buy a really expensive car that you can't pay back, or to buy all these things just because you have the checkbook in front of you, to where now you're paying back you're in even more debt than you were before. So if used wisely, HELOCs can be a great stepping stone into this investment. It could be a great stepping stone into, generational wealth. But it just starts with going to the bank, saying, hey, this is what I would like to do with this money, and being able to get that checkbook in front of you. Now, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out or leave comments below if anyone agrees or disagrees. But thank you so much for listening today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.